Just a few minutes, because I know that even the solar eclipse has started. Or it's gonna start. It's already started in some places, but honestly, we're not gonna really see it in the U.S. like that. We're not gonna really see. We're gonna feel the energy, and the energy of this eclipse has been going on. It's been going on long before today. So if you've been feeling like different energy shifts, it's a lot of energy coming in. This I've been feeling this eclipse way like a few months ago. But this is the peak of it. So a lot of people get scared about solar eclipses, about looking at them and staring at them and all this stuff. Honestly, it's really not about what somebody tells you. It's about what you feel in your gut. And for you to really know, you have to be connected to yourself from within and connected to the earth and different things like that. So up here, I got a question of whether the solar eclipse is good or bad. And what I want to say is, everything has an opposite polarity, and the thing to focus on is balance. Whatever you thinking, a lot of times you'll manifest. Whatever you thinking, whatever energy you are in, you will manifest that. So it's best today, even after today, to keep your mind and stay focused on what you want to create. Because we really do be creating the timelines, and we be shifting the time, but we don't really know it. It's done a lot of times remotely, where we are being triggered to feel this way and feel that way and think this and think that. So a lot of times we are not knowing that we are really in the driver's seat, because we don't know who we are within, and we don't know the power that we hold. But a lot of times we are being nudged towards this and nudged towards these emotions of anxiety and fear, and put in these positions to feel a certain way. And we don't realize, by us thinking a certain way and responding emotionally and feeling a certain way, it changes the timelines and creates these things that, if we knew we was in the driver's seat, we wouldn't necessarily we would be more aware of what we say and what we think. Our emotions control a lot of things. Our thoughts and our words are very powerful. So whether the eclipse, and like I said, I'm not gonna be up here but a few minutes today. I always say that, but I can't stay up here long. Because I'm not doing a lot of talking either. So to say if the eclipse is good or bad, it's opposite polarities to everything. It's all in what you are like thinking and what you're speaking on, and the emotions that you're in. Think about how you've been feeling the last month or so, because this energy has started long before now with this eclipse. The energy has been going on. They act like, well, it's today is the day. No, this energy has been happening for like the last month or so. So this is like the peak of it. And if you're not over in Spain, the people over in Spain and those areas, they're gonna really see the full effect of it. Over here, we're not really gonna see anything. I know where I'm at, it's not even gonna look like anything is happening. I know New York is gonna be like what, 9% or something like that. I think maybe 9%. The highest cover is gonna be like up in Maine. The farther you go out north and those areas, but it's not gonna really, not gonna see it, but you're gonna feel the energy of it. Like, even though we might not see the darkness and stuff, where the sun is over in Spain, it's gonna be 100% covered by the moon, but we're gonna feel it. Even with that percentage, you're still gonna feel that energy. And I heard somebody say, they said we was gonna lose gravity today. Okay, well, they might be talking about, like, as far as you feeling like maybe off or whatever. Maybe like you might need to think about substances, if you're gonna really, like, mess with substances, as far as like alcohol or different things maybe you need to be more aware of if you might need to either not do it or taper down, because with this energy it might not be a good time to be, doing the things that you normally do. I know when Neptune went into a few years ago, when Neptune went into Pisces, they were telling people the same thing. Like and I'm saying some of the spiritual people, even me, I was telling like people that I know, I was like, look, you might want to taper down on that kind of wean off of the drinking and stuff, because the energy we're in now is gonna affect you. So that's what I'm saying with what's going on with this energy now. It's a lot of planets that are in alignment too. I think you got like Uranus, Mars. You got your Uranus, Mars, Neptune, Mercury, Saturn, and Jupiter. They're all in alignment. So that's a lot of energy coming in. It's a lot that's been going on with the planets and stuff. You know how they say so above, so below. So this is a lot of energy to take in, and we are like we are definitely transforming into something different. You can feel it. They're saying it kind of like not. I know I was checking out a Vedic type astrologer, because with the Vedic astrology, it's saying that the focus is on the Cancer, but that's according to the Vedic chart. Because I know in a tropical chart, I do have like a couple of those placements. Not, we are more than just one sign. Like you say, I'm a sun sign, or I'm a Pisces, but you're more than just that, because you have to look at your Venus. You have to look at your North Node, your South Node. Your moon sign is very important too, because your moon sign is your, who you really are within. When you're not around anybody and you let your hair down, that's who your moon sign is. Your sun sign is who you express to people in the public on the outside when they see you and everything. And your rising sign means a lot too. So it all matters. It all balances out. But yeah, with the eclipses and stuff like that, that energy has been coming in for like way before now, like probably like a month or so. This is the peak. A lot of us are not going, where I'm at, it's not going to look like anything is happening, but we still going to feel the energy. This is a time to be really breathing. You're going to have to breathe through this stuff and stay hydrated and grounding. You're going to have to ground to really take this energy in and transmute it. You're going to have to be doing your breathing, your grounding. I've been lately having to do these exercises. Like some days I can skip, but I noticed like the last few days I've been like having to get it in with, my breathing and grounding and all that stuff. The stuff that I actually put into that book. Stop doing that shit right now. That's the stuff I have really it's been helping me a lot. I mean, I've been doing it for years, but I noticed lately I can't skip. I can't like skip any of it. Like the last few days, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get this in and get this energy grounded. Go ahead and go ground and do the breathing and all of that, so that I can, and it helped. It really helped me. I was like, how you can get those next, like, is it? And I did it, and I was like, this stuff really, I was like, this stuff really do work, because this energy is rough. This energy is rough. I don't know about you, but I'm just saying, like, I'm transmuting the energy. We all healing together. I done came over some storms and some battles and some mountains and stuff, but it's a lifelong journey. So some days I get up and I be like, look, I don't feel like doing it. And then the other side, the little thing sitting on the other side of, you have to do it. This is something you have to do. You definitely need to do it today with the energy you're feeling. And so I go ahead on and do my alchemy, and I go ahead and transmute and balance out. It's no good or bad. It's balance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these planets, it's a lot going on. It's gonna be some people it's gonna be people that's losing it, but you're gonna have to keep your cool. You're gonna have to use these tools. I mean, you're gonna have to bear down and learn how to breathe into your body, ground into you, and release this stuff. When I go on ground and release this stuff to the earth, and I just breathe, and you know, I wouldn't recommend sun gazing when the sun is like really up there and it's like in the middle of the day. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend if you're gonna sun gaze when the sun first come up and when the sun is setting. But I wouldn't recommend it today because they always telling us not to be doing that when the eclipse is happening. So I'm not gonna get up here and tell nobody to go in sun gaze today, because even though it's not happening over here where we can actually see a full coverage of the moon, of the sun, the solar eclipse, it's still happening, and it's the energy is still very active. So I'm not gonna tell you go out there today and sun gaze. No, I'm not gonna tell you that, because I don't know if that's something you should do. If you feel like in your gut that that's something you should do, then by all means go do it. I'm not even saying like, oh my God, don't, because I could, if that might be what I think, but that might not be what you need to do. That might not be what's meant for you. If you feel it in your gut that you need to go out there, and because it's been times, well, I'm gonna tell you the truth, it's been times during the eclipse that I have went out there and looked. I went out there in it. I'm not telling nobody else to do that. I'm not saying I'm gonna do that today, because I know it's about to happen where I'm at around like 1, and it's not 1 where I'm at yet. It hasn't gotten to be that time, so that's gonna be the full peak of it. You know, around like 1 something. I think it's gonna be like 1 or 1 something, 1:30 or something. It's gonna be the full peak, but I'm telling you to go with your gut. If you connect it like that, it might not, what is good for somebody else, you might need to do the total opposite. You just need to be connected. That's why it's good to do your breathing exercises, your grounding exercises, go within and stuff like that. That way someone can't tell you, like, you don't need you're going to be guided from within. That's the best guide, your higher self. So everybody, you don't have to be in fear of, oh my God, what's going to happen? Or, oh, this is a very powerful time. It's a beautiful time to be here. It's not a time to be in fear. This is a time to be working on yourself, working on healing, so you can align. You can truly align with your, I'm not even going to say tribe, y'all. I'm not even going to, because I was listening to this powerful person, and they was talking about, and they right, tribe, I don't want no tribal mentality. When I think about the tribes and the stuff that go on with no, I'm saying empire, kingdoms. This is a time to get yourself together to align with like-minded people to build kingdoms and empires. I mean, something bigger than us. I mean, it's a beautiful time to be here. This is the golden age, and if you go within and work on you, and I'm not saying, well, I got the answers to everything. I got tools that I use that transform me, and I'm giving you that in, the ebook and the healing package. But I'm not telling nobody, well, like, that's the only no, that's not. It's just a tool to guide you to yourself. And it's stuff that I use to transform my life. I know when I started working on myself, I started getting a lot of answers and a lot of clarity to things that was on the outside of me, like things that I didn't understand, like even about finances, even about what everybody loves so much is, you know what I'm saying? It did when it stopped mattering so much, when I put the material stuff down and the outside stuff started mattering, and I went on the inside to what really mattered, then everything else became like more simpler. My life became like more like just clear. Like the things that used to matter, they didn't matter so much no more, because everything was right inside of me. The answers, everything I was looking for. All that energy that you have and all that energy you giving away, if you just take your energy back, start small, like I was saying on the other live, even with things like picking up your trash. Little things make big waves. Like I was listening at the Vedic astrologer talking about how you can do this chants and stuff, which I've been doing that, like the om. It's chants that you can do and to break, it is karma can be good or bad or whatever you want to call it. From my understanding, it's whatever energy you put out is coming back to you. But like we need to start even with this Leo eclipse. It's in the new moon in Leo, solar eclipse. We got the south node in Leo and we got the north node in Aquarius. Aquarius is about the collective. It's about something bigger than you. It's about a bigger picture. Leo is about me, myself, and I, and being seen, attention. Leo is the attention and all of that, and the charm. So with this eclipse being in Leo, new moon in Leo, and then a Leo south node, Leo is connected to the heart, and that's the fifth house. That's even concerning children. So I'm thinking like it's about unconditional love, and I've heard some other people say that too, and that's all I talk about. So this is nothing new. This is what I've been saying for years: the unconditional love and the heart expansion, having more compassion, but also having boundaries, clearing out old for the new. You can't. You know how in the Bible it says you can't put old wine and new wine in the same vessel because it'll burst. So we have to clear out the old so that we can have room for the new. We have to let that baggage go. We have to, learn new ways of loving and compassion. We have to become a new person. Integrate the inner child and heal the inner child, but we got to become new. Like this is the new age. This is the golden age. It's time to think of something bigger than us. It's time to think of building for generations to come, like cleaning up the water and stuff. I mean, it's all in you. Like it's something that's happening now, and we are shifting to humanitarianism and thinking about something. You're gonna do the self-care within balance. You're gonna love yourself. That's what it starts with. That's why I'm saying those tools help you go within and start loving yourself and valuing yourself. When you do that, then you can reach out and say, look, I don't feel like I'm being used because I got boundaries. I know how far to go. I know when to say no. I know when I'm getting, I'm going to get burnt out. I know myself enough to know that I'm, having to stop right here at this stop sign because if I go too far, I'll burn out. And I can't help anybody if I'm burnt out and I'm drained and I don't have the energy to keep going forward. So yeah, this eclipse is about expanding the heart, going within, clearing out the old, purification, even eating like today. They were saying that you might need to have like an empty stomach. After the solar eclipse ends, you want to do some nice stuff, get a homeless person a sandwich or help the poor or something like that. Do something. Yeah, they even say, I don't know about giving children candy because candy's not good for the teeth, but doing something compassionate, doing something selfless, they don't even have to be anything big. Picking up your trash or feeding the animals or something, doing a act to balance out stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can balance things out, even the chants and stuff like that. It can help you alchemize things and stuff like that because a lot of times our moons and suns is conjuncting or opposing certain these planets and these energies coming in. But as we do the breathing and the chants and all of that, we can balance that stuff out where it won't affect us, negatively, which we always think of negative as bad, but it's always an opposite polarity to everything. There's a negative and a positive to everything. So all we have to think about is balance. And when we are doing these breathing exercises, grounding, even the sounds of and the chants and stuff like that, and moving this stale energy out of our body and moving this dead and old energy out, we're doing alchemy a lot of times. We don't realize it, but we are. So it's just all in also what you think, your mindset, your meditations, your energy, your emotions, and your words. Because what we're speaking is not our original language. And somebody was saying that our original language is Creole. And I'm like, wow, that's really amazing because when I was when I even speak in like my light language, it does sound a lot like that. And I noticed when I was in church and people would be like talking about they got the Holy Ghost and they were speaking in tongues, it sounded like Creole. And I've always connected to, you know, I've always had a connection to like the Creole people and even the Haitian people, even the island people and stuff like that, even the Gola Island people. Like I always had like a connection to those people, like from different islands and stuff. So I was like, wow, and they say that before they flipped the maps and did all this dividing of the places with the, because our ancestors were very advanced and they were like able to map the world. They were went over there and built up the United Kingdom, and then they came back over here once they let the wild man out. You know what I'm saying? Once the dirty Moors brought the wild man, our ancestors built up. That's why you got so many names of places here in the U.S. and then you got it also over in other places because they were travelers, advanced people. So getting back to my subject, what was I talking about? That's just good. So yeah, they like I said, our ancestors were so advanced until they had maps where they had did the dragon lines and the ley lines. They mapped everything out, and from my research and my understanding, we think that like the counties, that's not even real. Those counties and stuff that they divided us into, that's not real. When I did my research about how the ley lines and dragon lines went, our ancestors had bigger, like it might be like New York, New Jersey, and some other states or whatever that they call so-called states were all one territory. And then when you're looking at the South, I don't think that Virginia, matter of fact, I know this for a fact, Virginia was not divided from North Carolina. That was all one kingdom. And I'm not going to say a tribe. These people were not no tribes. These people had castles. They were actually like kingdoms and empires and stuff. Like they lied. And when they did that mess in the 1900s, after they did all them work, I ain't even gonna get into that because I'm about to get off here. But I'll talk about that another time. But yeah, we had kingdoms and like when you look at those movies, and they got those people in there that's the noble men and the noble women and the dukes and the earls and the kings and queens and the emperors and the empresses and all. That's talking about the melanated. That was all in the United Kingdom and all that. That's what was all over there. Those were the noble men and women. They flipped everything around, but honey, I've been on that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just amazed that it's all coming out like because people used to say people don't know this stuff and they think you crazy when you telling them. They just think you talking crazy or you. But I've been talking like this since I was a child. Like I always knew this. I always knew this stuff, but it's just an amazing time to see people waking up in real. I mean, it's amazing. I didn't think I would be here to see this. I didn't think that I would actually see the change that's here. Like I didn't think I would see that. Cause when you know things like that, people be trying to take you out before you can even get to a certain age, and it be agents in your own family. Like y'all, we are blessed to be here. It be agents that trying to take you out in your own family, man. It's just like we think, well, oh, that was back then. No, they mix the bloodlines. We have people that are dirt. They graped they infiltrated and graped our ancient mothers and stuff. And a lot of them people, that's the energy of the dirty Moors and all that. Them people, the black nobility and all, they infiltrated and infiltrated that blood. Some of them is in our families. And I hate to tell you, some of them is close kin to you. You be like, Why they so effed up? Why they so messed up? Why they do the things they do? They just ain't no good. Like they not no like and some of these, let me tell you how smooth it be. They put on good fronts where you can't tell they might have a little money, a little land, and they gonna always have something to keep people around them. They gonna have something to lure, but they no good. Like they got something, because if you a materialistic person, or you not just necessarily materialistic, but if you in survival mode, you gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll deal with this because I need them at this time, and I need the help. I can't really do no better. But it's a test. It's really a test. It's like the Truman Show. Cause if you gonna sit there and deal with that for security, that's a test. They smiling because they're like, yeah, I just gotta keep on keeping this up, and I could be the monster that I am, and people just they'll cover it up because I got a little this or that, and they want what I got. You gotta walk away. You got to walk. You gotta pass the test. Gotta pass the test at some time in your life where it's gonna keep coming back around. Sometimes you gotta be the free man. You gotta be the fool. You gotta go into the unknown, and you gotta be like, listen, I don't care. I don't care if I gotta sleep. I'm serious. If I don't care if I gotta sleep in my car, if I ain't got no, I gotta eat some beans. I don't care if whatever happened, Big Mama, you gotta be with me. Ancestors, you with me. I'm walking away. I'm walking away. Some things that's good is not. Some things that look good are not good for you. It's a test, and a lot of times when you set yourself free from those chains and stuff like that, it'll break generational curses and stuff over you, your kids, your loved ones, your dog, your cat. Because these people, they got a contract, and it ain't with the CIA, and it ain't with the damn government. They got a contract before they got here to kill, steal, and destroy. That's some serious stuff. But hey, we talking about the eclipse. It's time to think about what you want and realize that your words are very powerful, and learn the language that you're supposed to be speaking. At the same time, when you build your tribe, I'm not gonna say tribe, when you build your empire and your kingdoms, y'all gotta speak y'all gotta speak y'all language, because this language that we speaking, they say it's nothing but spells and stuff like that. They actually derived it that way. So a change is here. We just gotta go within and walk into it, and not be in fear, the unknown. Don't fear the dark, because that's where the light comes from, in the dark. We all was created in darkness. So the solar eclipse is neither bad nor good. It's all in what you make something. You shift timelines, you create realities. Honey, if I don't like a time, I be like, listen, I'm getting out of this timeline. I don't like this reality. This gotta change. Like, no, this is not what I'm doing today. This is not what we doing. This is not what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this gotta shift. This gotta change. I'm not doing this. That's what I be saying. So, yeah, grab the healing package or the ebook. It's on Amazon, Kindle, KDP, and the healing package is the ebook with 5 healing videos. It's on Payship. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. And I got my handle in some of the posts or whatever, but I'll put it in here later on. But y'all, it's a day to meditate, and you can eat after this energy pack. Well, the energy gonna be here for a while. These eclipses dictate for the next they'll tell you just for the next few weeks, but it's longer than that, honey. It's way longer than that. The ecliptic energy. So everybody, do what you can to try to breathe, and do your breathing exercises, grounding, connect to nature, meditate. You might want to, do a little bit of fasting. I ain't saying you got to fast all day and all night, but just for these few hours. I know I'm not eating nothing right now. And just, think about going within and working on your heart, expanding your heart, healing your heart, letting your heart be light as a feather, letting things go, letting that baggage go, working on healing, creating the life you want. You can have the life you want, and it ain't gotta be where you compromising either. You You can't sell your soul because it ain't yours to sell, so you can't sell it. You can make contracts with entities. You can be their slaves and stuff, but you can't sell something that don't belong to you. So this has been my Sun Goddess 777. I told y'all I wasn't gonna stay here long today. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, August 12th. It's a powerful, powerful time. What a time to be here. What a time to be here. You chose this time to be here. So go on, be who you came here to be. And that's your own hero. Go on, save yourself. Cause look, ain't nobody gonna do you like you do you. Don't nobody know what you need like you know what you need. Nobody's gonna heal you like you can heal you. Nobody's gonna love you like you can love you. And nobody's gonna save you like you can save yourself. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. And support Maya Simple.